Hello everybody, welcome to IACommand. This is TV Boy, and we are bringing you round 2 of the Swiss rounds from the LVO Grand Championship 2020. And don't worry, you didn't miss round 1. Long story short, I was playing in the tournament. I flew in Friday morning, day of, and there was a bit of a delay getting to the venue and getting my badge and all that. Anyway, when I got there, they were all waiting for me, so I didn't have time to set up my equipment. Just needed to get started with round 1. But we did get one game recorded for round 2, and then for the rest of the tournament, I actually had 2 cameras with me, and so we got 2 games recorded per round. So this match we're going to be watching right here is going to be Sam Sweeten versus Matt Richards, and these players are playing on the Lothal Wastes map. The mission is Blitz. And as you can see, Matt has initiative for round 1, and he is playing a Scum Hunters list. So let's talk about the list real quick. Matt Richards playing Jabba, double Weequays, elite Weequay Pirates, Greedo, Onar, Gideon, 3PO, and a regular Jawa for 8 activations. He is playing against Sam, both of them from the Zion's Finest podcast group over in Utah. Sam is running the dreaded, although no longer so dreaded, Spectre Cell list. Now, this is after Spectre Cell had been nerfed. After its dominating performance at Worlds 2019 and the regional season surrounding that, in May, FFG finally decided and figured out how they wanted to nerf the list. For those that don't remember or don't know, Spectre Cell is the 2-point skirmish upgrade, only available if you have the 6 unique figures from the Rebels TV show that have the Spectre title. And the 2-point skirmish upgrade reads that you can exhaust it and have another friendly figure gain 2 movement points and perform an attack, which is very powerful. What they did was, the other ability on it was that it gave all friendly figures +1 damage and +1 block, which turned out to just be way too powerful for a 2-point upgrade card. So now it reads that instead you can distribute a damage power token and a block power token to your figures, 1 of each to your whole team. Not to the whole team, but 1 for any figure and 1 for any other figure. Much less powerful than it was before, much more fair, but Sam, obviously, big fan of the list, and it is a lot of fun if you try it, but has decided that it is going to be the list he's bringing here to this tournament. So let's talk about the deployments here. Matt definitely staying in his deployment zone, not going to leave. For those who don't know, Blitz, you get to deploy, you take turns deploying figures, and after you deploy a figure, you can move that figure up to 8 spaces. So Sam is taking full advantage of this mission rules. He has moved his first 4 figures, Hera, Zeb, Sabine, and Chopper, all the way out the full 8 movement to be next to the spire on the south side of the map by the terminals. And he is now moving his Jedi, Kanan Jarrus, and Ezra Bridger, the 8 spaces to the north. Looking to create, looks like a pincer maneuver here, so that Matt can't just flee in one direction or the other away from his figures. So here, if Matt tries to run away to the north, he'll get hit by the Jedi, and if he tries to run to the south, he'll get hit by the rest of the Spectre squad. So what Matt's trying to do here is he is playing a hunter list. They excel at ranged combat with big damage bursts using hunter cards like Assassinate, Tools for the Job, etc. Primary target. And so he is looking to maximize the distance between himself and Sam's figures. And what you're seeing here, some excellent deployment here. What he's done is he has put Onar and Greedo at the front of his deployment zone, with 3PO right behind them to give them that distracting evade, and then the Weequay Pirates hiding in the back. And that's going to force Sam to basically have to attack either Greedo or Onar here with his melee and his ranged figures, which is exactly what Matt wants, because of course Greedo has that parting shot. If he dies, he gets to make a free attack, and Onar with 15 health for a 6-point figure just very difficult to take down. Usually takes about 3 to 4 attacks for a figure to take it out. So start of round 1, we have Ezra using Brash to get another 4 movement. Ezra very strong on Blitz. He gets the 8 movement from the mission, 4 movement from his ability, and then of course he can move 4. So he can get a total of 16 movement before he takes his second action. So Jabba being the first activation for Matt, looks like he's going to draw a card, and I believe he is focusing Greedo. Or focusing Onar, I believe. Onar is focused. And Matt does have a 2 activation advantage over Sam, although because Matt has initiative, Sam's going to get to pass just once before he's forced to activate. So Sam passing, and Matt now going to activate Gideon, going to focus Onar, and going to play Planning. And Sam's actually going to play the negation there, so not a play you normally see with negation. Normally you're seeing players wait to counter something like take initiative. With countering Planning, you're generally just delaying the inevitable since the opponent's going to draw those cards anyway. However, I think what Sam's logic here is that he is thinking that this is going to be a very important round for combat. And so by denying Matt those 2 cards, he's going to narrow and squeeze Matt's options for dealing damage, since Matt's list is very dependent on both command cards and focus for dealing its damage. So I think that was a very clever play by Sam, and I think it's going to pay off here by Matt having 2 less cards to see. Going to be down to 3 cards instead of seeing, what is that? 5 instead of having 5 cards in his hand. And because countering that gives Gideon his second action back, Gideon's going to move back further into the deployment zone. So now first activation for Sam is going to be Hera. Double moves her up right by the terminal, but not quite adjacent to it, but that's going to keep her out of Matt's line of sight of his hunters, and is going to put her close enough to the action that she's going to be able to start providing those called shots bonuses. By the way, I didn't mention it, but Hera did get to use her smooth landing ability since Sam put 3 figures next to her, giving him even more push into Matt's territory. And Sam really looking to close the distance and collapse here. Collapse down into Matt's figures and just start taking them out. Sam's Spectre Cell, definitely a close range list that needs to get in close to deal its damage, but once it does, it can hit pretty hard and can hit frequently thanks to the Spectre Cell upgrade. So you see a 3PO activating for Matt, going to focus one of the Weequays. So it looks like we've got focus on Onar, Greedo, and a Weequay Pirate that's closest to the deployment zone exit. And so now we're going to see who Sam is going to activate next. Not able to pass here. Both players down to 5 activations ready. And Matt has put all of his figures in his deployment zone, but you can see he's put that Jawa up to the north on a objective. Those objectives are worth 2 points, and that Jawa is worth 2 points. And I think Sam is probably not going to be baited into going after that Jawa. Any actions and movement points spent here not moving closer to Matt is going to be problematic for Sam. So that Jawa is going to be just having free reign, and I think that's why you see Matt has put that Jawa out there, not only as bait, but because he knows that the further away from the rest of his figures that Jawa gets, the safer it'll actually be. Sam in the tank deciding what to do next. He does have an attack with Ezra if he wants it, but as soon as he moves Ezra into that area, he's going to get lit up by those hunters. The other option he's got here, he's got Sabine, who is 4 points or 4 spaces away from standing on the terminal, which would let her shoot at Onar or Greedo with a range 5 shot, which is not impossible for her to make since Hera is there and can give +2 accuracy. Could also double move Kanan into that area, let Kanan absorb some attacks, and then activate with Ezra, attack with Ezra, and then use Spectre Cell to attack with Kanan, and that way he would get his Much to Learn ability. But that is something that could be countered. Oh, he's going to activate Ezra here. So Ezra's going to go in there and attack. Very aggressive. He does not have any support from Hera or Kanan. And he is attacking Onar. Onar's getting a free evade from 3PO here, so that's going to stop that one surge. Ezra, no other way to modify his dice if he doesn't have any friendlies next to him or within 3 spaces. Looks like he's going to do 4 damage to Onar here, bringing Onar down to 11 health.
Anything else from you, Zach?
And at that rate, that's going to be 4 attacks just to kill Onar, a 6-point figure. Gotta wonder if Sam probably has on the lam here, since Ezra is a smuggler, and that would explain this very aggressive play. If he can get Matt to waste an attack on Ezra and get Ezra out of danger, that would be pretty good for him. Whereas if he didn't have on the lam, I think he would probably go with Kanan first, to let Kanan take a lot of the damage. Alright, so Matt activating Onar, going to use Rush to push Ezra and deal damage to him. And that's going to bring Onar down to 10 health and Ezra down to 9 health. I should note that Sam is playing extra armor in his list as his 40th point, and he puts block tokens on Ezra and Kanan with that. And then he usually puts the damage and the block token onto Sabine using the Spectre ability. So it looks like Onar changed his mind, is going to use Rush to push Ezra into a space that blocks line of sight. The focus attack from Onar, big hit. Nothing from Ezra. It looks like Ezra's got the block, evade. Onar looking at 8 damage. 7 damage. That would be 6 to Ezra, which puts him in danger of being assassinated because he took 1 from Rush. Oh, but there should be an extra block there. So Ezra does have a built-in block. But we're waiting for, we've moved past rerolls, waiting for modifiers. On the lam does have that special timing window. You have to play it after rerolls but before modifiers from the attacker. 7. Okay, they're saying this is going to do 7 to Ezra, so that I think what happened is Sam forgot about that built-in block on Ezra, so he's just counting the block token. And I do remember Sam had mentioned to me that he had been forgetting that block all day on Ezra, which is really part of what makes Ezra so strong. Is you put a block token on him, it's +2 blocks on top of a white die. He usually defends like Vader, and it takes at least 3 attacks to kill him. So now they're saying 6.
Yeah, that's done. That's it for Onar.
Yeah, so they're not counting the extra block from Ezra.
We're going to go with Sabine. Sure. We're going to tap Spectre.
Okay, no assassinate. Ezra is at 3 health left. That was a risky play.
2 damage, pierce 3, recover 2.
So we've got Sabine activating. He has exhausted Spectre Cell. That's going to let Ezra get an attack. Still nobody around to give him Much to Learn bonus, but he gets a nice roll here. That surge is going to get canceled by 3PO. Onar has not used Get Down yet. Matt is going to deplete Doubt to force a reroll on the green die. Gives him an extra damage, but loses the surge.
So any mods from you. So we will just Get Down to... What's that?
So Matt using Get Down here.
You have an evade from 3PO.
Says he's going to add an evade, although he has one from 3PO. So Sam reminding him of 3PO. Very gracious. Good sportsmanship there. So Matt using get down instead for a block. So now Onar taking 3 damage, which should put him at 8 and 7 health left on Onar. So now Ezra has 2 movement points from Spectre Cell that he can spend. Not his activation, it is Sabine's activation currently.
Sabine's going to shoot Onar. Sure.
Sabine moves up and is going to take a shot at Onar here, and she does have Hera within 3 spaces for the bonus.
Yes.
Onar has exhausted his get down ability, but still has 3PO protecting him. Oh, that is 6 damage showing.
Adding 8 damage.
And Hera's going to add a 7th damage. No surges for 3PO to stop. No get down to protect Onar, who has 7 health left. That's going to be a kill. And that's 6 points for Sam. First blood.
Oh, right. You're correct. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Wow.
So 6 points. Onar down. Ezra currently at 3 health remaining.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that.
And Sabine is finished. Now standing on the terminal.
Ezra.
The fact that Sam is controlling Matt's terminal, very powerful for him. Again, looking to limit Matt's card draw here and keep him from drawing those super powerful command cards too quickly.
He has a block token. Yep.
So now Matt coming back from behind, looking to make a trade here, probably going to want to take out Ezra or Sabine. That would be a positive trade for him because of Jabba's ability, Nefarious Gains. Both of those figures are going to be worth 8 victory points, even though they only cost 7. Matt taking his time, thinking about what he wants to activate next. Currently, he's got Greedo and both Weequays available to activate, along with his Jawa. Looks like he's picking up the Jawa here. Not sure if he's going to go with the Jawa to try and take out Ezra.
I'm going to go with Blue Pirates.
Okay, he's going to activate his Pirates.
Here.
So Weequay Pirates, this is the focused one. Going to step out. And it looks like he's going to shoot at Ezra here.
Would you like to use the block token?
That's why I was a little confused.
Sam declining to spend his block token, which is not a good sign for Matt, for sure.
No rerolls for me.
Because that means he has no fear here. And on the lamb coming out for Ezra. So great on the lamb there, stopped a lot of damage. But now Matt does not have to worry about that card any longer. Sam looking for a good spot to put Ezra, who was not able to recover any damage on his last attack, which was probably factoring into Sam's calculations here. And so it looks like he's going to try and put him behind that wall. Some really nice play there from Sam. Got to get 2 attacks with his Ezra and then get him out of there.
Cards in hand, how many?
But these Weequays are very good at killing Ezra if he doesn't have on the lamb, because they can force Ezra to reroll any dodges that he might get. And it looks like this second pirate's going to step out and still be able to shoot at Ezra with a full 4 movement.
Sure.
Although that is going to put him closer to danger with Kanan. And looks like
So I'm currently
Ezra not getting the dodge there. Gets a block and a surge cancel.
I'm going to have you reroll your defense die with the weak ways.
Matt going to force the reroll. Loses the surge cancel, which frees up the surge
That's not quite
to
enough.
pierce.
You will...
That's 3 blocks. Going to take away one of the blocks with tough luck. So now he's showing 4 damage, pierce 1 against 2 blocks, and that's going to be enough to finish Ezra.
Because you get the reroll first anyways. So,
What's that?
if I put him here, Kanan reroll wouldn't matter.
He has 3 health left. So Ezra goes down. Matt picks up 8.7 for Ezra plus 1 for
So I should
Jabba.
have tough luck the Ezra attack die when I doubted.
Ezra not quite close enough to benefit from Kanan's reroll, defensive reroll there.
And then use it to like break the range attack from Sabine. But
And that
such is
that
it is.
doubt reroll forcing Ezra to skip on the recover 2 was clinched it there for Matt. And did not have to spend any cards either to take out Ezra. It was just purely a single focus Weequay and an unfocused Weequay. But that's going to be it for Matt's activation. Now Sam gets to respond here. Sam still has activated Spectre Cell already, but he's got Kanan, Zeb, and Chopper to activate. Unfortunately, they're all pretty far away from the action. So tough choice for Sam here. The choice is, does he try to keep them in cover but allow Matt to keep a distance, or does he just charge them in as fast as he can so that he has the most options for attacking on the next turn? I think if I'm Sam, I'm just going to rush in there, eat some damage from these Weequays, and be set up and ready for round 2 when Sam's going to have initiative going into round 2. And if he can get his figures in close, he can set up a big turn with Spectre Cell next round. Alright, there we go. Zeb is going to move 8, and he does get to attack because he gets that free melee attack. 3 blocks for the Weequay though. But looks like Zeb rolled pretty good and did 3 damage through the 3 blocks. So now Matt still has another Weequay group and has Greedo left, who's focused. And still has his Jawa if he wants to waste an activation here.
You've tapped Spectre Cell already. Yep. Zeb does not have...
Matt confirming Spectre Cell has been exhausted. So he does not have to worry about Zeb making another attack, at least until the next round. Although Zeb, really not the figure you want to be attacking with Spectre Cell. That's something you want to be using on Ezra, Kanan, or Sabine. So Matt looks like he's activating his Jawa. Jawas do still hit pretty hard, even without a focus. They've got that search for +2 and a free +2 accuracy.
Shoot at Kanan.
I think that Jawa is just probably going to want to run as far away from the action as he can get so he doesn't get caught up in a Sabine grenade or something like that. So it looks like he's going to take a shot at Kanan. Sam declining to use his block token. So he's 2 blocks against 2 damage and a surge, which is going to do 2 damage to Kanan there. Should also mention Matt is running Doubt in his list, as we mentioned before, although it has been depleted, so now all of Sam's power tokens are going to be sticking around through the round. But Matt also has Black Market in his list. Alright, so now it's on Kanan and Chopper left to activate.
I'm going to go with the purple Weequays next.
Sure. Kanan's just got to get up there. 1, 2.
So Kanan's activating. Force Vision forces Matt to declare his next activation, which he declares as the Weekways. And now Kanan double moving to get right up in there, ready for next round when Sam is going to get initiative.
He's just got to get up there.
And these are definitely the beefiest of Spectre's figures. Zeb with 15 health, Kanan with 14 health. Even with Hunter cards, these are figures that are going to require multiple attacks to take out. But that really is part of the strength of Matt's list, is that his Hunters can activate one after the other, and he can make consecutive attacks with those Weekways. So it's not like some regular Hunter list where you get one activation, one attack. These Weekways can double tap someone and really put in the damage that's needed to take down a large health figure in a single activation, which is a big tempo play. Also helps that they are smugglers in addition to being hunters, which means that they are all capable of using on the lam if they're attacked, which is really helpful when you have a 6 health figure with black dice. So we've got the purple Weekways activating, going to take a range 5 shot at Sabine. They do have a built-in +2 accuracy on top of those green die. Doesn't need it though. And we've got a block token being spent on Sabine. So that's going to be 2 damage to Sabine. She's got 11 total, so she's at 9 health left. Second Weequay coming up. Gonna take a shot here.
Did you already spend a block token?
Another range 5 shot, peeking between the corners of Zeb and the first Weequay. Oh, a blank for Sabine. No power tokens left.
I just have to search for accuracy, so we're good. Yep.
And he's got a reroll on those green die. Oh, but he's gonna have to spend it for accuracy, so that's gonna be 3 damage. So that leaves Sabine at 6 health left.
Going with Chopper.
So she took 2 and then 3. So Sam, final activation is going to be Chopper. Looks like he's going to move Chopper up in front of Sabine to screen, hoping to force Matt to take a shot at Chopper if he wants to get to Sabine. Means he's going to give up that objective. But I think he wants Chopper to be as close as possible too. So the thing is with Spectre the way it is now, he really needs every figure to be in there contributing and trading off. And Chopper's actually pretty nasty when he gets into combat. He's got a red-green melee attack with Surge for Pierce 2, and he's also got a ram ability that lets him push a figure and roll a green die and deal damage without the opponent getting to roll defense dice. So only a measly 5 health. If the opponent really wants him dead, it's not difficult to do. But with all these other figures like Zeb and Kanan occupying opponents' attacks, Chopper can sneak in there and do some damage. And again, because the list no longer has that built-in +1 on everything the way it used to, I think Sam is wise here. Getting his Chopper in, not bothering with sitting on his own terminal. Because really, he's not going to have anyone to system shock. So, pointless to be sitting back. Chopper is moving up and getting into the fight. All right, Greedo activating with that 5 speed. Not having a problem ignoring Chopper completely and going straight for Sabine here. And this is a focused Greedo shot. Sabine gets the block evade. Here's the roll. Gets the block evade. Greedo has a big roll. That's going to be 6 damage showing from Greedo's +1. So he's doing 5 damage. Oh, apparently Sabine only had 5 health left.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was definitely worth it.
So that kills her. Oh, so that was Sabine attacking Greedo. So Sabine got to attack Greedo first because of Greedo's slow on the draw. Greedo took 4 damage from that attack and then was able to finish off Sabine, putting Matt at a pretty strong lead here with 18. He gets 8 points for Sabine.
So I currently have me at 18 and you at...
Currently, Matt has traded his Onar and 4 damage on Greedo for killing Ezra and Sabine. I'm sure he's pretty happy with that exchange. But that is the end of the round. We're going to be going into round 2. And initiative is going to be going to Sam here. We do have end of round effects. We got 2 points from the Jawa. So that's what brings Matt to 18. He was 16 from his kills, and he goes to 18 from the Jawa. Sam controlling no objectives. Gonna have to fight back and get 12 points here to tie it up, and then further to take the lead. So we are on end of round effects. We do know that Matt has Black Market, which allows him to reveal the top card of his command deck, and he can either spend points to buy that card into his hand, he can gain points to sell it into his discard pile, or he can leave it on top.
Sorry, so yeah, I go first here.
Doesn't have doubt, though. He already depleted that. So here's Black Market. That is on the lamb. Oh my goodness. Gonna spend the 3 points for that for sure with that convincing lead. And that is not what Sam wants to see here as that card in Matt's hand. Going into this round, as Onar, the only non-smuggler, is dead, all of Matt's remaining figures are smugglers that can use on the lamb. So now Sam's going to have to push through on the lamb to get some kills. He does have the option. He could activate Zeb, use Spectre Cell to attack with Kanan, and then attack twice with Zeb. He could probably still get a kill even through on the lamb, but it's going to be less impactful than he would have hoped, I'm sure. So Sam, now at start of round, Sam's start of round effects. Ezra's dead, so no brash. Just waiting to see what Sam is going to play, or who he's going to activate. Yeah, I think you go with Zeb here. You could probably try and kill the 3 health Weequay with Zeb's melee attack. Force him to on the lamb. And then follow him and go after him with the Zeb's regular attack. Or he could Spectre Cell, have Kanan try to deal the killing blow to the 3 health Spectre, and then have Zeb finish him off with 2 attacks wherever he runs to. Oh, wow. Sam has played Signal Jammer. This is a card that I have not seen almost at all in competitive play. A card that when you play it at the start of the round, it basically negates whatever the first command card either player plays. Oh my gosh, that is going to... That leaves on the lamb dead in Matt's hand. Unless Matt has some other defensive card he can play, he's going to be stunned from playing any command cards for his first activation. Sam's going to get off 3 attacks. Alright, he's activating Zeb, and he's going to tap Spectre Cell. And he's going for that healthy Weequay. No defensive cards from Matt, so no on the lamb here. Whoa, big attack with a power token from Spectre Cell. That's going to be a kill, a 1 shot on that 6 health Weequay. 4 points for Sam. He's still got that 3 health Weequay there.
Okay, I like to see that. And then we will...
Oh, he's very happy to see that. Kanan can whiff with those green, yellows sometimes. And now we've got Zeb. Well, Kanan still has movement points, but does he want to use them since he can still activate Kanan?
What are the odds that I kill? I just gotta go for the wounded guy. We're just gonna melee the wounded guy. Sure.
So now, looks like he's going to keep Kanan there, and Zeb is going to melee on the 3 health guy. Oh, not a great roll. Not going to be able to finish him there. Only 2 damage, leaving the Weequay at 1 health. And of course, Sam is prohibited from playing command cards here as well, unless it gets countered. Gonna use, oh no, a ranged attack. But he did it. He got through the 3 blocks, and he killed this Weequay. 2 Weequays dead at the top of round 2 without getting to attack. That puts Sam at 14 to Matt's 15. What a huge play, and all because of Signal Jammer stopping Matt from playing on the lamb. So that was a big play. That's what Sam was hoping for. Had Matt drawn something like even take initiative, he could have forced the Signal Jammer to be discarded, and then on the lamb would have come down and probably ruined some of Sam's plans. So now Zeb can move. He's still got a move action left. And now Matt is going to have to be the one. He's still ahead on points, but he has lost a lot of material. Greedo is at 3 health. He's got 2 full health Weequays left, and that is the bulk of his offensive force. Jabba can start paying victory points here to get more attacks, but that's going to put Matt deeper in a hole. Matt's going to have to kill Kanan or Zeb here for sure. Probably going to have to kill both. This is definitely a match of attrition. Both players are looking to be the last one left with figures standing after the dust settles. Looking to trade off aggressively. This is not a game about objectives. This is a game about trading figures, at least in this matchup. So we've got a hidden Weequay. Looks like he's taking a shot at Kanan. Kanan gets the reroll since he is within 3 spaces of himself. Gets the triple block, and now because that dice has been rerolled, it cannot be rerolled again by something like Raid, because you can only reroll a dice once.
And is that
So it looks like Kanan's taking 2 damage from that hidden Weequay shot.
So 5 Pierce 1 means he'll take another 2 of his 14.
Yep.
So we're looking at 5 damage, Pierce 1. He's taking 3? Oh, but he's got a block token.
This guy will make the same attack.
Alright, same attack. Hidden Weequay on Kanan. Still has a block token.
Okay. This guy, same attack.
Alright, 2 hits and 2 surges. Ooh, another triple block. But now Matt can force them to reroll that die, and it will not be rerollable. Basically the same thing, but in reverse. Goes down to 1 block.
Currently, you have 2 cards in hand. Yep.
But remember, Signal Jammer's still active. So I think Matt, if he wants to be able to have On the Lam, he's going to have to play one of his offensive cards here. He just needs to get Signal Jammer off the table. So it looks like he's going to be doing 4. Yep, so there's positioning advantage. That's going to get countered by Signal Jammer, but then both of the cards are going to get discarded. And now that frees up On the Lam in Matt's hand to be played. So Kanan taking another 3 damage. We're going to put him at 7 health left.
Ram, Greedo.
Where are you putting him?
I pull the damage first and then...
Alright, Chopper activating. He's going to ram Greedo.
1.
Going to push him 1 space, deal 1 damage to him, so he's got 2 health left. Now Greedo's next to that terminal. System shock.
That's what, 2 damage.
Greedo's next to a terminal. Chopper's next to a terminal. That's a system shock for 2, and that kills Greedo. No defense dice, no On the Lam. Great play there. That is probably one of the coolest plays I've seen with Chopper. Ram onto a terminal and then shock him. That means Greedo's going to get his parting shot unfocused. And looks like he's attacking Chopper. So that's 4. Looks like he's going to do just 4 damage to Chopper, leaving him at 1 health. So a fortunate evade cancel there for Chopper that allowed him to survive that attack. So that was both of Chopper's actions. Still controlling the terminal unless Matt decides to take him out. But any attacks that Matt puts into Chopper here is going to distract from the real problems, which are Zeb and Kanan. So Matt, and that actually took away Greedo's activation as well. So now Matt only has Gideon, 3PO, and Jabba, his 3 support figures. He's quickly running out of offensive figures here. Sam pulling ahead. Score now 18-15. Matt still has On the Lam in his hand though. So Matt has On the Lam in hand. So now, unless Sam has more tricks where he can stop On the Lam, he's gonna have to deal with it eventually. But because he didn't have to deal with it for the first 3 kills of the turn, that gave him a big tempo advantage, allowing him to kill these figures before they had a chance to activate and attack.
I am going to strength. Kanan's going to go. Yeah.
Strength in numbers for Sam off of Chopper's activation. He's going to activate Kanan. Oh my goodness, another big tempo swing. He might take out Gideon here and take another activation away from Matt, or maybe just go for these Weequays.
Now here's the debate. Do I just try and kill Gideon, or do I...
And that seems to be the debate that Sam is having out loud. Go for Gideon, try to get a kill and an activation,
1, 2.
or try and burn through on the lamb here, attacking this Weequay. Not sure I would go for the Weequay here, especially with 3PO standing next to him.
Yeah, right. Oh, there's one right there. Got it. Okay, yeah.
Can't move through the impassable terrain.
Then we'll attack the one with the evade. That's still fine. Sure.
But I think the thought is he'll have to deal with on the lamb eventually. Even one Weequay left on the table is a big threat, because he can just keep focusing it and using Jabba's ability, order hit, to give it more attacks. So 6 damage, 2 blocks, so that's 4 damage to the Weequay. Matt electing not to play on the lamb here. Does leave that Weequay in danger of being killed by Ram next turn. Since if Chopper has a 50% chance to do 2 damage. A lot of tempo advantage here to Sam. Removing Matt's activations before they can go. Getting multiple activation strings together with Spectre Cell and Strength in Numbers. Alright, we've got Gideon activating. He's going to focus one of the Weequays, and he's going to push the damaged Weequay back deeper into the deployment zone. Now we just have Hera left for Sam. Could pass. Matt's got Jawa and 3PO left to activate. It'll be interesting to see what he does with Hera. Matt will be getting initiative next round. Could potentially take out one of the Spectres, specifically Kanan, before Kanan can activate.
I paid 3 for lamb.
That's right.
And Zeb is not super great on his own without a buddy to chain Spectre Cell into. Again, you don't really want to be using Spectre Cell's tap ability to get a free attack off of Zeb. You know, it's a blue and a green ranged attack. It's basically an elite stormtrooper attack.
Jabba? Yep. He's gonna order a hit. Yep.
Alright, Jabba is activating, going to pay 2 victory points to use order hit with that focus Weequay. Targeting Kanan. Two blocks for Kanan. Rerolling the green for the Weequay. So now Weequay showing 3 damage, 3 surges. That's going to be 5 pierce 1. So that gives him 4 damage against the 7 health Kanan.
Can't play lamb. I think assassinate does it, right?
Sam not going to reroll here.
3, 4, 5.
I think Sam, yeah. So assassinate, going to deal the damage needed to kill Kanan. Sam responds with Dying Lunge.
Jabba's activation.
Yes.
Getting another attack off, even with this figure that's dying. Both of these lists seem to be operating on peak condition here, getting all of their free attacks and activation chaining going. So attacking the Weequay, and that's going to force on the lamb out of Matt's hand to save it. Going to move that Weequay all the way back into that 2-space little pocket there in the deployment zone. And that's going to be 8 points going to Matt for killing Kanan.
I get 8 to 21.
So it goes to 21. Or, excuse me, Kanan is 8 points, so he gets 9 total. Matt at 22, now pulled back ahead of Sam. And he's going to go to 24 at the end of the round with that objective from the Jawa. Although Hera could move on to an objective. But again, Sam is now forced to choose. Does he want to go for victory points here and waste one of his very few figures that he has in his list? Or does he push Hera up into the action and start getting her attacking? So Sam going to pass. 3PO is going to focus a Weequay. He's going to move in to block off this 2 health Weequay and make him very difficult to get to for Sam. Also now providing an extra evade for Gideon as well. Alright, Sam is moving Hera up into the deployment zone area. We are trading figures. That's all this matchup is about. Is trade figures, trade figures. If you're stopping to sniff objectives, you're probably going to fall behind. And the Jawa is going to activate and move closer, it looks like. Although Matt being wary of Zeb and his double movement. So keeping Jawa back out of the action. Definitely counting from Zeb there because Zeb can move 8 in melee, which can kill a 3 health Jawa for sure. Although it's definitely not a guarantee. So that's the end of round 2. Matt gains 22 victory points, goes to 24. Now I think we are looking at the end game here, and that's kind of how Blitz is. Round 3 is going to be our end game. We've got Black Market, lets Matt buy Element of Surprise for free. Doesn't have to spend any victory points to get that 0 card. And it could actually be relevant since there's since Sam doesn't have line of sight to that Weequay, which is focused. So now Matt has to start calculating what he needs to do to win this game because we are in the end game. If he kills Zeb, he gets 9 points, goes to 31. The question is, can he kill Zeb in one activation with a focused and an unfocused Weequay? Zeb's at full health, so he's at 15. Matt's already used Assassinate. Or he could go for Hera, knowing that On the Lamb's gone. Definitely take out Hera, and that leaves just Zeb by himself. And Zeb and Chopper are not exactly the hardest hitting figures in the game. Hera actually hits harder than Zeb. But in order for Matt to shoot at Hera, he would have to move his Weequay out of that safe spot he's putting in. Definitely a tough choice here for Matt. What to do? If he's got some good Hunter cards, he might want to go for Zeb. But if he takes out Hera, he pretty much neuters Sam's offense for the rest of the game. If he takes out Hera, he'll go to 29. He'll probably lose the damaged Weequay. Sam will go to 22. But then it seems like it's going to be pretty hard for Zeb and Chopper to finish off the damaged Weequay and the undamaged Weequay. And even if he does, he only goes to 26. So it'll be 26 to 29. Matt gets 2 points from the Jawa, goes to 31. Seems like killing Hera is actually the right choice here. Matt's still thinking though. What is he gonna do? Likely doing a lot of calculations in his head. We don't know what's in his hand. We know he's played Assassinate, positioning advantage. He's got Element of Surprise in his hand. If he has something like Tools for the Job, it could be within the realm of possibility of killing 15 health Zeb. Especially with Weequays getting those rerolls. Maybe if he has tools and primary target, he could do it. Maybe heightened reflexes. That often gets you an extra 2 damage or so if they roll good on defense. But I think even with all those cards, I think killing Hera just wins him the game here. Alright, Weequay's activating. Who's he going to go for? So block token is being played. Element of Surprise. Okay, he's shooting at Zeb. Focus attack on Zeb. And we're looking at Cocked die. Cocked again. Reroll. Doesn't count as your single reroll if it's cocked. Alright, 3 damage, 3 surge. So this means the Weequay is not going to be able to... Well, actually, no, he can. So, oh yeah, he's shooting at Zeb. He only has line of sight to Zeb from there. That means he gets to move that Weequay back into safety. Looks like he's going to re-roll here. He needs to really maximize his damage. So he's going to get 5 damage on Zeb. Which, with 10 health left, and you have an unfocused Weequay, I'm not sure if the math is going to break out in Matt's favor here, because he needs to kill Zeb. If he doesn't kill Zeb, then Sam's going to get to pull off 3 attacks against him here. With Zeb and then Spectre Cell with Hera. Okay, we got primary target. That helps. So that's going to be on Zeb. He gets +1 damage and a focus. Zeb has a block token. So that's 6 damage, pierce 1. So he's going to take, 7 damage, pierce 1.
6, 7 pierce 1.
Going to take 6. He's got 4 health remaining. So Zeb's going to survive, and that means that Sam's going to get to attack with Zeb twice and Hera this activation. And he'll get called shots. Alright, Zeb playing Heart of Freedom, going to get some extra movement points. That's going to probably let him push into that little corner that Matt's created. Zeb now has 6 health left with the recover 2. And waiting to see what Sam's going to do with Zeb. He's got, with a single movement, he's got 6 movement points from Heart of Freedom. He could go 1, 2, 3, 4. He can't quite get to that damage Weequay. He could get to 3PO and do a melee attack, but that seems not likely to kill it. He'd have to waste both attacks. He could activate Hera, have her shoot at Gideon with Spectre, not activate, but Spectre Cell Hera, shoot at Gideon. Okay, so he's going to have Zeb start. And he's moving adjacent, so it looks like he's going to do a melee attack on Gideon here. Does get that evade from 3PO. Ooh, 3 blocks, but Zeb gets 4 hits. That's only 1 damage to Gideon. Ooh, not good. Oh, much better roll here with the red and the green. He does roll a red and a green, so that's going to be 5 damage against 2 blocks.
So you're getting 1 from Hera.
And Hera adds a damage.
And Surge adds 2 damage. Yep. So yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's 4. 4 going into Gideon. That's enough to kill him.
5, 6. And you take 4. You got him.
So Gideon goes down. Sam going to 21. Opening the way for Hera. And he's definitely going to want to use Spectre Cell on Hera here. That 3 dice attack is just so much better than anything that Zeb or Chopper are going to be able to do. You can't use the red melee attack with Spectre Cell on Zeb because it's not his normal attack pool. So they're talking about recover, I think. I'm not sure what they're talking about. Alright, so now the positioning is really important here because Matt still has Jabba. And if Matt can kill Zeb with Jabba with order hit, that would put him at 7. He'd go to 33 and then 35. That would definitely put him out of reach of Sam. So Sam needs to put Zeb somewhere where these Weekways cannot shoot at him.
How much health? 7.
And you know what?
Yep, that'll do it. Because even though Jabba can order hit, they don't get to move first like they can, like Spectre Soul can. So we've got a 3 health Weequay and a full 6 health Weequay. Sam shooting at the Weequay. still has to deal with that evade from 3PO. And not sure what he's got there.
1, 2, 3. Tell me about your 1 surge ability.
So it looks like he's got 3 damage and 2 surges showing. Matt's got a block and an evade.
Okay, go ahead.
That's going to be 3 damage on the other Weequay. Alright, so now if Sam can survive, if Hera can survive a Weequay, an unfocused Weequay, then she can activate, take out one of these 3 health Weequays, take Sam up to 25. He could then put Chopper on an objective, and then both players would only be gaining 2, and Sam would be ahead. What a game this has turned out to be. Spectre Cell doing work against this Hunter list. Matt's Hunter list was the list to beat on the day. We had 3 players playing that list, all from the Zion's Finest crew. And I mean, a little bit of a spoiler here, but all 3 of the double Weequay list made it into the elimination rounds. By the way, this is not the last time you're going to see this matchup between these 2 players. Again, a little bit of a spoiler, but they will be returning for a rematch at LVO. So currently Matt's activation, he has a choice between 3PO, Jawa, and Jabba. He's looking at a 6 health Zeb, 7 health Hera, and a 1 health Chopper. He's got options here. He still has Jabba. He can order hit. He can focus somebody. He could focus a Weequay and then order hit. But Sam will get to respond to that unless Matt has something like strength in numbers in his hand. If Matt can kill... Really, if... Oh, you know what? Matt could go for Chopper. That would be 4 points if he gets that 1 point kill on Chopper. He'd go to 28, then 30 from the Jawa controlling an objective. So that could actually win the game for him. Really curious what he's going to do here. The problem is he can't kill Chopper before Chopper activates. He would have to double move the Jawa, and then Chopper would probably just gets away. Either runs away or runs into Matt's deployment zone to do some damage. That might actually be how we see one of these Weequays die. Matt taking his time. Although I wonder if we wouldn't want to see another round here. So 3PO activating, gonna focus a Weequay. And it looks like he's gonna move up a little bit. Now Hera activating, taking a shot at the 3 health Weequay. 6 damage on Hera's roll, 1 block for the Weequay. That's going to take out that focused Weequay and put Sam at 25. And Hera just needs to get out of there and be out of line of sight of that second Weequay, really. So what can Matt do here? He can still activate Jabba or the Jawa. He's going to have last activation at least this round. He still has the Jawa, but the Jawa's a little too far away.
Jawa.
He could focus the Jawa with Jabba and then go for an attack on Zeb. A focused Jawa could do 6 damage to Zeb. It's possible. But you know what? I think that Jawa is just a little too far away. Because he was trying to avoid Zeb's attack, Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't quite have line of sight from that spot. He would need to be 1 space over, and those Jawas only have 4 speed. So Zeb is actually in the perfect spot where that Jawa can't get line of sight to him. So Matt running out of options quickly here. Yeah, I think killing Hera was the play that needed to be made. If he had taken out Hera instead of not killing Zeb, that would have been a lot better for him. He would have made it impossible for Sam to come back. So both players looking at all their options, thinking very hard, looking through each other's discard piles, asking each other confirmation. But I think I'm not sure what else can be done here. Matt is going to go to 26 with his Jawa controlling objective. So actually Sam, really all Sam needs to do is move Chopper onto an objective where he can't get shot.
You still finish at end of round.
And Matt confirming that if you go to time during the round, you still finish the round. So that means you can resolve all end of round effects. That means Matt can actually use Black Market. So, wow, it really depends on what's on the top of his deck. So Jabba's going to activate. He's going to draw a card. Oh, wow. So actually Sam needs to kill one more figure here.
Move 2 spaces. Yep.
So he's going to ram with Chopper.
29.
Oh, I think that... Oh, that Weequay's dead. So he actually had less than 3 health left. Oh, that's right. He only had 2. That was the kill. Oh, wow. Okay, Sam was 29. So that's it. So what I was saying is Matt could go to 26, and then he could flip a 1 or 2 point card off the top with Black Market and sell it, and then he would be ahead of Sam. But Sam got that 4 points from that Weequay kill with a Chopper ram. Since Chopper's ram lets him move 2 spaces and then do the ram ability to damage.
24.
So I think that finishes off this match. Chopper's at 1 health. The Jawa could... I mean, he's got only the Jawa left. Even if Matt can kill Chopper, he'll go to 20. Well, actually, if Matt can kill Chopper, he goes to 28. But no, there's no way, because the Jawa's too far away. Jabba's already activated. He can't use Order Hit. You can't quite see it behind the dice there, but you've got 1 health Chopper sitting next to 3PO. So I think it's just going to go to end of round. Matt's going to get 2 points from the objective, and then even if he flips, he'd have to flip a 3 point card, but Assassinate and On the Lam had both been played, so he can only go to 28. So, super close game. Sam managing to pull it out with some slick plays there with Spectre Cell, showing that Spectre Cell still quite powerful just for the ability to grant extra attacks during an activation. And those power tokens helping. Matt thinking through everything, trying to see if he can pull this one out. But I think this one's over. And we get to preview one of the stronger lists of the day, which is Matt's double Weequay list. Didn't quite make it, but definitely gave Sam a run for his money. So that's going to be round 2, guys, of the Swiss. Please join us for round 3 coming up. We got 2 games for round 3. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you later.